Legbete TV and Radio. You are listening to Legbete TV Radio. Legbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Legbete TV Radio. It was a night of Haaland being the Halinator, as he is being called now. The Norwegian Thor came with his hammer and thunder and destroyed RB Leipzig, kicked them out of the Champions League with a very sound message. At the age of 22, he's already done what only two other players have done, Messi and one other player, I can't forget, it's Adrian something anyway. And him scoring 5 goals in a game. Could have been a double hat-trick if Pep Guardiola had allowed him to stay to the end of the game, where Pep Guardiola said letting him stay and scoring a double hat-trick would have reduced his hunger. That was a joke anyway. Pep Guardiola said also that he would never be regarded as a success at Manchester City. Even if he wins 3 Champions League, the fact that his crush, his girlfriend, his dream babe, Julia Roberts, okay, so we all have that crush. And I'm going to also ask you guys on the show, which movie star have you crushed on? And I'm going to say a lot of mine anyway, both in Nigeria and in the abroad. And I have like a trio of short Latinos: Eva Longoria, Eva Mendes, and Salma Hayek. Okay, yeah, those 3 short girls. Yeah. Jennifer Lopez, you know. I don't know about Hips Don't Lie, Shakira, but I know that I'm Essay from the Block and Jenny from the Block. We were, I used to try to bend my head on the television. Pervert you and Afi. Well, that's true. I'm just telling you true confession straight up here. After this Wednesday, it's raining cats and dog here. I don't know what it is in your area, but let me know how it is in your neck of the wood. The good thing is we are broadcasting to the world simultaneously, the same time everywhere in the world. From here, as you're listening to us in Nigeria, that's the way somebody else is listening to us in the US, in New Zealand, in Australia. Even though our time difference, they say 3 hours somewhere is midnight. Okay, so there is somebody in midnight right now somewhere in the world, but there's somebody in the morning, somebody who's making his coffee like I have mine in the studio. No, Brandon, I have mine in the studio, well prepared and brewed by Mrs. Idafe. And she's like, babe, you're working too much in the studio. I was like, really? I'm working too much? When people are turning down the interviews, like everybody I'm asking for interview. Have you guys noticed that I've not done an interview for a very long time? This show used to be a show where you do interview. Now these days, when you write to people, write to their management that you want to do an interview, the first thing they say is, what is your number? So okay, send us your link. Let's see. They check your number. Say, oh, okay, you're doing well, but we will not do an interview if you don't have 500,000 subscribers. You don't have 1 million subscribers. So when you see me go aggressively looking for subscribers, it is because that is what it is. You know, when I used to work on radio, like the other where I used to work in Brilla, all you need to do is just say you're a journalist, you want to do an interview, fine. But today, in today's world, and I'm feeling like really, really hard for people like Benedict Eke, the new guys that will come in and take over from us, because you've got to like really depend on numbers. You need to depend on numbers, and if you don't have the numbers, man, you're going to suffer, right? Well, let's forget about numbers now. Let's talk about another type of numbers. So Erling Haaland, as far as we're concerned, is the king of numbers, right? Everything in football is done. It's broken a Manchester City Premier League record. I saw somewhere, and I had to bring it on the show. Okay, so the Golden Boot gets the Premier League. The race for the EPL Golden Boot gets hotter. Erling Haaland is already on 28 goals. Chelsea is on 27 goals. Harry Kane is on 19 goals. Who do you think will win it? Jesus Christ. I know Chelsea is a football club. I didn't know that Chelsea is a player. But that's what I saw. So I just thought, for the sake of the joke, let me bring it here. Liverpool says that they are going to do the impossible. Who made the possibility possible? Who made the possibility? Jehovah Nissi. Like, if you go to the churches that I went to, you know that song was like part of the song they use for revival, prayer meeting, and all that. And I went to churches like that. So that's exactly what happened. But then Liverpool is saying, like, you know, back then in secondary school, there's always one girl that is so beautiful that we're all in the ghetto, but she just kind of like have like good uniform. She dresses well. She looks good. And she carries neat bag. When everybody's carrying sack bag, she carries leather bag. She wears a gym test bag, probably if you go to school in my era. And she wears leather sandal when everybody's wearing rubber basket sandal. She's wearing a leather, maybe bata or something that they brought from abroad. It could be Okrika, but the way she carries herself, you think that they brought it from abroad. Well, Okrika also come from abroad anyway, but Okrika is Okrika. And then she's just so beautiful. It's even hard. And then, you know, the worst thing, her English is impeccable at that time, right? When everybody is like, actually, I want to be the show. Hey, why you calling me? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I should say, it was very loud. And you know that, like, just punch the air out of your lungs and you collapse. You're struggling for breath. Your mind speech will drop it just because of a girl. And that's the kind of situation that Liverpool finds themselves in today. They want to go to the Bernabeu, what they couldn't do at home. They want to take it to a town hall, different from Bernabeu. Okay, sorry, Bernabeu. I'm saying, Tinubu, don't come and be spoiling things for us. In your old age, you just came and destroyed grammar anyhow. Now we don't even know Bernabeu and Balablu again. They look alike or they sound alike. Okay, but yeah, it's Bernabeu. Yeah, okay. So they are going to the Balablu. They're going to the Bernabeu, and they want to do the impossible. So I want to know, are we going to be shouting LEP 72, LUP 75? Is that what we're going to be shouting tonight after 90 minutes? Or we're going to say, same are the same, man. Same are the same. Title number 15 loading for Real Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti, the de facto emperor of the UEFA Champions League, from player to coach, the de facto Lord of the Ring. Yes, is he the God of the Ring or the Lord of the Ring, whatever you want to call him? Is he going to continue that race? Let's not forget Zinedine Zidane. With Real Madrid also won 3 straight Champions League as a coach. Before Zinedine Zidane, there was not a single French coach that had won the UEFA Champions League. One called Arsene Wenger went to the finals and went there to make Mumu selection, and they didn't win it. But then Zinedine Zidane showed up. You see how that thing I say about Formula 1 cars? And I said that it's not just about the driver. Sometimes it's about the car, the engine, and all that stuff. Yeah, he was a good driver, but then he was in a great car called Real Madrid. And then Real Madrid actually gave him 3 UEFA Champions League titles. So as a coach, he could stand on top of the French coaching echelon and say, are you guys, are you motherfuckers? Okay, let's come back to normal. Let's humble ourselves like Nigerian broadcasters now. Let's be humble. Let's not play to the gallery. But this is an online radio anyway. So it's just that situation. But then Inter Milan. Remember, Inter Milan won the UEFA Champions League in 2010 with Jose Mourinho as coach. And what's the coach of Bayern Munich that year? It was LVG. And they went and they beat Bayern Munich and won it, right? Remember Milito, Diego Milito and the rest, Samuel Eto'o and the rest of them? Good. Now talking about Samuel Eto'o. Erling Haaland have scored more goals than Samuel Eto'o, Kaka, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Who again? Is it Ruud van Nistelrooy? I think no, not Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy in the Champions League. than Kaká, Samuel Eto'o, and some Adriano, some other players who you used to consider as great. At this rate, that Cristiano Ronaldo record that is holding to, like the paralyzed man by the pool of Bethesda in the Bible, this Erling Haaland, this Norwegian Thor, will destroy it very fast too. But let's move on. Inter Milan decided and say, okay, we have not been to the Champions League quarterfinals since 2012. That's about 10 years, 11 years ago. We're going to change that. And then the last time we had the two teams from the city of Milan. Remember, Milan is regarded as the fashion capital of the world. The last time we had the two of them play in the Champions League quarterfinals was in 2006. So if you do your calculation very well, like I'm thinking you do, that's 17 years ago. And 17 years, you've had a child that is ready to get married. That's how long it has taken us to see the two teams from Milan make it to just the quarterfinals, not the semifinals, not the finals, not winning it. So this season, they are there. But you see, they did a whole lot of copy and paste. AC Milan, qualified from a group that you didn't expect them to qualify. Same with Inter Milan. They were in the same group with Bayern, FC Barcelona. You would expect FC Barcelona and Bayern to maybe qualify from that group. But then Inter Milan managed to sneak in, like the story of the tortoise and the hare. They sneak in and they overtook the arrogant rabbit, or whatever they call it, the hare, and then they sneak in. And then when it was time for the knockout stage, AC Milan had to play against Antonio Conte's Tottenham Hotspur. And everybody said, oh, Tottenham Hotspur, the English team, will have speed, they will have Hurricane, they have Son Heung-min. I told you guys that since Son Heung-min went to join the South Korean army, it's turned out to be different. It's become a dictator. It's become Pyongyang. It's become, what's that short guy in North Korea? When you guys remember, please type it there. The emperor, the supreme leader. Okay, not Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping is it? I see my bestie is on Instagram watching me today. Nkiru, I love you. You know that. How is Ohio? My children say that Ohio is ghost town. I don't know if you see ghosts in Ohio. Please let me know. So, so all of a sudden, they were playing against Inter Milan. I mean, Tottenham Hotspur. And everybody said, oh man, AC Milan are already out of the competition. Arrogantly so. That short man from Korea started acting like, oh, it was just going to be a walkover. And he granted one interview where he was saying, oh, they think that they are in good spirit, they are in good mood. For where? They went to Italy, lost 1-0, and AC Milan came to England and shut the door. They make sure, yes, Kim Jong-un, that man, his name is the name sounds like surprise. That man will surprise you and surprise anybody. Put everybody on that pressure. Kim Jong-un, the emperor and supreme leader of the Taishin kingdom of North Korea. That'll be playing. There's a way. I'm even talking on the internet now. My body is sweaty. Like, I'm not saying you this one. No. Don't talk any other guy. Send some virus from that side and to come and meet you. Okay, but basically, let's stay with football. And they qualified over Tottenham Hotspur. And Inter Milan said to themselves, you know what? Andre Onana, stay in that goal. What we need is make sure we don't concede. Akan Shanoglu, or whatever his name is, and the rest of the team, they put themselves together, played at home, scored 1 goal. And everybody said, you cannot go to Estadio de Dragão, okay, the home of the Dragon, and come out without conceding a goal. So for scoring just 1 goal, Inter Milan are out. Well, man proposed, God disposes. Is that not what they said? Well, man proposed in the Dragon's den, and somehow Andre Onana. Yesterday we were just talking about the best African goalkeeper, and I was watching Onana. I took my time to say, you know what, Man City, I know you guys are going to win. I'm not going to watch. I'm going to watch Inter Milan and see if Onana can even lay a claim to that spot that I fish, what I call IFFHS, gave to Vincent Nyama. Now I'm going to ask you guys, if you saw that game yesterday, did Onana lay claim to that jersey of the number 1 best African goalkeeper? We still will not give it to him, but did he lay claim to it with his performance? Because I thought it was very, very outstanding. It was outlandish. It was fantastic. It was beaten once, but even that time the ball didn't go into the net. Okay, so tell me what you think about that game, and then let's come to the Man City game. No, so for the game, they gave Erling Haaland the man of the match. Well, if you score 5 goals in a game, you'll be given the man of the match. But I thought that this season, Kevin De Bruyne played one of the best football that I've seen him play in a long while. He was hitting the bar, he was passing, creating goals, he was moving, it was in its imperious best. Reminds me of when Stefan Effenberg led Bayern Munich to win the UEFA Champions League after losing the final some years with Christian Janka and the rest of them, Jeremy and the rest of them, to Manchester United in at the Nou Camp in 1999, and then following it was 2002 or so, they went on to win the finals, and Stefan Effenberg was unplayable in that finals. And I saw Kevin De Bruyne yesterday. I said to myself, this does look like that Stefan Effenberg that I saw some time ago, and it also looked like that's Kevin De Bruyne who was angry that he was rejected by Jose Mourinho and Chelsea, and he wanted to prove a point. First of all, with VfB Wolfsburg in Germany, and then when he came to Manchester City, he knew that it is all or nothing. I've got to show to these people that I'm good, not just good enough to play for Man City, but good enough to dominate the Premier League, and exactly that was it did. And I thought, in my own opinion, it was the man of the match. So I need your opinion on this. What do you think? Would you have given Kevin De Bruyne man of the match, or probably let's keep it with the man who gave us a 5-star? It was incredible. It was in the form of his life. Everything he touched turned goal. And the beauty of yesterday's game was not just the fact that we would sit here and talk about how disastrous Leipzig defended, how they were a colossal failure on their own front, but the fact that one way or the other, it was Man City focusing on themselves. Everybody was just good, whether it was İlkay Gundogan, whether it was Kevin De Bruyne, whether anybody on the City side was just good. Okay, Etihad was such a comfortable place. I think the City fans that didn't come to see that game would have themselves to blame, because the game was kind of like pure ecstasy, orgasmic kind of football. It was beautiful to say the least. I look at the Man City players and I said, okay, yes, obviously you can't get excited when you play against RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig, by budget or by any standard, should not be a team that worries Manchester City. But then again, you remember how they needed the help of a referee to beat a Crystal Palace. And you won't put, let's be honest, you won't put Crystal Palace in the same circle with RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig at Orban. Orban is not the guy that everybody has been talking about. They've got Enrich and Gavidor. Gavidor, somebody said he's worth 150 million. That's a conversation for another day. And they've got Rom at the back, and they were fantastic. Remember, it was Gavidor that equalized 3 weeks ago against Manchester City. And then in front of them, they've got Lema, Campbell, and Hadera. And you said to yourself, this was very, very solid team. And then don't forget that they have Forsberg. They've got Timo Werner. Remember Timo Werner that played for Chelsea? He could only pick up a yellow card in this game. And Sobostal was also in that team. And you could look at this team and say, this 4-3-3 that they have, that is triangulated, is a good one that can give Man City a problem. But Man City showed up with a system that was first introduced to our own notice by a certain Bruno Metsu, who coached Senegal in the early 2000s and went to the World Cup and performed Science and Wonder. Too bad, may so rest in peace, Bruno Metsu is dead now, but it was the one that gave us 4-1-4-1 formation. And then the coach of Bolton Wanderers, Sam Allardyce, if you know that guy, who had Okocha, so good in him twice, had Ivan Campo, had Yuri Jokav, Michael Rickett, all of those guys that were playing for Bolton Wanderers at the time. The Australian goalkeeper was, as his name, that guy with a very long name, Yassi Yaskulaina. All of them were in that team. They also played a 4-1-4-1 formation. That was beautiful. Brilliantly executed formation. The 4-1-4-1 formation, what makes it good is it can evolve into a 4-3-3, it can evolve into a 4-4-2, it can evolve into whatever, 4-5-1, whatever you want it to become at any given time. But that is when you have the players who understand how to play it, how to manage it very well. But then it was Nathan Ake, who, all of a sudden have become a fantastic player this season. Diaz is back, and I've always said that if Diaz is in form, Manchester City always play well. Diaz is back, Akanji is coming and slot into that position very well. And then Stones have moved from centre-back to, just like Ben White moved from centre-back to right full-back, and he played in that position very well. He's a very soft guy, but he does his job. He's very efficient, like Ben White as well. And Rodri was the only man sitting in front of the centre-back. But why would it not be so when you have bobs like Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and İlkay Gundogan in that team? Grealish, not like he's proving me wrong, but it's kind of like doing way better now. And then Haaland chose this day to say, oh, Upon this day would I make my name in history and join other legends of the game like Lionel Messi and the rest of them. I'm also pointing in the direction that I'm ready to go. Remember, before this game, he had scored only 5 goals in the Champions League. Currently, he's got 10 goals in the Champions League now, standards, and making people like Kylian Mbappe look like, who? What the hell is going on here? Why is this guy making us look like Tata? Be Tata. Why is he making us look like we don't know how to play football? And 7-0 was all she wrote in that game. Well, Inter Milan and Porto, it ended 0-0. But today, there are games that we need to look up to. I would still need your take on those games because I'm just giving my take on this one. You know how the sports buffet is. Like I always say, the first 15, 20, 30 minutes is my time, and then the remaining 30 minutes is your time. Tonight, don't forget, there's going to be Premier League games. Brighton plays against Crystal Palace. Let's hope that Crystal Palace will all of a sudden find their form. Last season, they were fantastic. They were giant killer. They were doing well. They were doing what Fulham is doing this season, what Brighton is doing this season. But this season, I know that Patrick Vieira has got some credit to his name, but if they continue like this, he will get fired and he might not get a job in the Premier League again. People say it was Arsenal coach in the waiting. And I ask this question. Does Arteta look like a guy who wants to leave the job so soon? When there was this rumor that the next coach of Real Madrid after Carlo Ancelotti, who says that he will not renew his contract again and he doesn't want to coach any club again, would be Arteta. Now, so I'm going to ask you guys this question. Should Arteta eventually take the Real Madrid job? Because I don't think that there is any coach that can actually turn Real Madrid down. I don't think so. God is calling you. You don't say, God, wait. I want to have some flexing with the devil. God is flex, right? Is the owner of flex, right? So when Real Madrid comes calling, you don't say, let me think about it. You don't think about it. You know, it's like Igbo rich man. They toast you. It doesn't even toast you. It just call you, hey, this is my new Rolls Royce. Get inside, let's go. And you don't think, you just go. When you're going, you think as you go. You know, so that's exactly what Real Madrid represents. Real Madrid does not give you the chance to think. Remember when Carlo Ancelotti was the coach of Everton and was promising a revolution? He was going to do this. He was going to create some cataclysmic football. He was going to create an ecclesiastical football. He was going to do this. He was going to do that. It was just one phone call. And you remember that there was a clause on his contract that says if a big club like Real Madrid comes calling, he will go. No compensation paid, nothing. He just have to go. And that's what happened. And I think that people like Arteta, Mikel Arteta would, even if he goes to Madrid and fail, would love to have Real Madrid on his CV and the kind of job that he's doing. Real Madrid comes calling that. Really? Are you going to say, hey, you know, I'm very loyal to Arsenal, I'm a former captain of the team. I just led them to win the title in 2023. I want to lead them to 5 more titles. God, who give you that power? Okay, I don't think you can turn Real Madrid down. So I'm saying, hypothetically, Real Madrid comes at the end of the season when Carlo Ancelotti leaves, and because they just might go the season empty-handed, they don't win the league title, they don't win the Champions League, and they say, okay, you know what, raise the white flag, it's time. The white flag outside the matter. And you know, you have to go, right? So they tell him, bye-bye. As calling people, leave here, go. It's okay, retire or go and get the Italian national team football technical director. Okay, whatever they give him. Do you think Arteta have the wherewithal, the temerity, the ability to tell Madrid, no, Mbano, Ijo, Mita, no. Hold your peace. I am in love with Arsenal till the end. Or he's going to say to Arsenal, thank you very much, John. It was nice while it lasted, but the engagement was just an engagement. It never turned into a marriage. So I've seen somebody who has come from the abroad and they are ready to marry. Okay? And I am going straight. Not just that they are going to marry me, but I'm going to also marry and go to the abroad. You know how we lose our girlfriends. Those guys that have girlfriends. You know how you lose your girlfriends during the Christmas period. The Ember month is the month where your poverty really shows. Because when those people come from the abroad and they go to Aboki and change dollar into Naira, the only Obi Kubana can compete with them. Obi Kubana is the only one that can compete with them because Obi Kubana can be here and be sending money to people in the abroad. So, having said that, do you think Arteta will be able to say to Madrid no? Or if he says yes and he goes, who do you think is the next best possible coach that will come into this Arsenal team and make it work and build upon whatever it is that Arteta have created? That's some of the conversation that I want us to have. And then Liverpool are saying that, oh, no. Don't feck with us. Don't feck with us. We can do something, okay? We can go there. We have done it before. We did it with Barcelona. We've done it with different teams. We did it with AC Milan. Go and ask our character. against AC Milan in Istanbul. Go and ask. Don't forget that even this finals will be played in Istanbul. And without Liverpool, no dies. Istanbul does not come to life without Liverpool. So we know we're going to be in that final. And Real Madrid, they will feel the wrath, the menace of the team called Liverpool, because we never walk alone. Can they go to Bernabeu and go and do something that that has never been done before? Because like they say, what Liverpool cannot do does not exist. They are the only team that can beat Manchester United 7-0 and get their mat burned by Bournemouth the following week. So I mean, they can just go there and beat Real Madrid 7-0. What do you think on this? At the talking point that are available, you can also bring your own, and let's see it. We're pretending like Napoli is not playing today, because I don't think that Eintracht Frankfurt will go to the Maradona as it is right now and go and beat Osimhen and his mate 3-0 on reply. Hey, nah, it's not gonna happen. But football is football. Anything is possible. But this one, nah, miracle need to tire Jesus. I saw they talk, but I think he gets some miracle with God. Jesus need to do. Even Jesus, like, I'm not interested in this one. This one is not for me. I'm not in this conversation at all. Okay, so let's get what you take. Let me join you guys. Let me start with Instagram and see a few comments that is on Instagram. YouTube will settle down the read now. Okay, so for those of you who are asking for the phone line, due to popular demand, I've agreed that okay, let's have the phone lines on. So it is 07025000069. Call in and let's hear your take on whatever matter it is, and everybody would also join. So if you want to call in 07025000069, remember, if you're calling outside of Nigeria, it's +23470 25000069. So call in and also share your thoughts. But me personally, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's how we grow. I've been looking to do a whole lot of interviews, and they keep pushing me back. Oh, your numbers are not good enough. That doesn't mean I shouldn't say thank you. 2 days ago, I came and I asked for just one more subscriber to make us 11,000. Now we've gotten up to 11,046, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. 11,051. Some more just added, so we're growing, and I'm grateful for that. But people want me to get up to 100,000. Some people want me to get 500,000. I said Wenger's team said if I get up to 1 million, they would allow me to interview them. So I'm looking. One day we'll get there and we would have Arsene Wenger, and I'll ask him all those questions that I've always had in my mind. There's so many questions why they carry for mind for Arsene Wenger, and I know I would ask him one day very soon, not too long. And what gives me the confidence to think that my numbers will grow? Well, between 2012 and last year, we only had 6,600. By this time last year, 6,565, right? 6565. Between last year and now, we've added additional 5,000. So if for 10 years we only had 6,000, and in 1 year we've had additional 5,000, it means that maybe another 1 year we'll have another 50,000, like that. It's no longer arithmetic progression. It's kind of like geometric the way it is, and we might even get into quantum leap eventually. But having said that, let's focus on the people that are here first and hear what they've got to say. Oz Igalo, in case you guys are wondering who's this Oz Igalo. Oz Igalo is Jude Igalo's brother, and fantastic guy, wonderful guy, but he's refused to come visit me, and I'm angry with him on that one. Major Aloy says, my Oga, long time. Oh, happy to see your face. Thank you very much for showing up. I've always been here. Maybe you're the one who's been running away from me. There are not too many. I say, Baba, perhaps I joined late, but it was AC Milan versus Spurs. Good morning. I think you joined late, true, because I said AC Milan versus Spurs. I was using it as an Alagon to describe what happened with Inter Milan and Porto at Estadio di Dragao. Probably you joined later, you didn't get the other part of it. Okay, Savik is saying Liverpool can't overturn the result of the first. Okay, the whole world know the pedigree of Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. So Liverpool is a Patrick, no dice for you, no joy. Sir Victor Malalu said, forget about it. This is not popping corn. This is not popcorn thing. Just put it in the fire and it starts heating and it starts exploding and expanding. No, they're saying a small water Gary for the rice. If you soak Gary for river, you know say Gary no get power to rise. He not get nothing. See nothing. Go soak your Gary for babish. Go soak your Gary for. He not go rise. You're not going to see him. You're not going to see a shop. But small water Gary just show up like this. Raise your bowl like man we see naked woman. He did nothing. Woman breast without funny, they stand up again. Forget all those silicone things that they do. Man, just tell you, you know now. Olamide Ale says it's sunny here in Ikorodu, but the thunder is clapping as well. Good morning, Edafe. Good morning to you, my Ikorodu people. How are they? Yeah, you know that since I started media, Ikorodu people have been the most consistent, especially when I was in Brilla. Like, people used to accuse me that I bribe people in Ikorodu to listen to my show. Like, they call a whole lot. But I'll not forget one of my most special caller is late now, myself. Oh God, the Odu Bru Bru of Olodia Papa. That guy is, it's incredible. Okay, that's the most incredible guy that I've had. Okay, let me take this call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Hello. And that's the part that I don't even understand. Yeah, you'll be struggling to take call. They will not answer your call. Hello. Are you really talking to me right now? Or hello? I can't hear you. Hello? Nah. That one didn't go. That one didn't go. So I don't know if you guys were hearing it, but I wasn't. I won't lie about that. Okay, so let's move. Saviki say, I don't hear Ibrahim from Ikorodu voice any longer. I don't know, but it's been around. I mean, it's even called in on this radio before. But hey, I don't know. I think it should be fine. And Adija Lavama on YouTube said, good morning, Elegbete family. It was a Haaland show last UCL night. The rain stopped raining in Lekki one, but as I go to VI, it's sunshine all the way. Lagos weather is incredible. Ashawo weather. Hey, hello, good morning. What is happening? Okay, let me change the fuse and see if this one is probably I'm the one getting it wrong. I don't know, but let's see. Yeah, hello. Hello. There's no nothing is happening. I'm not going to stress myself for the phone call thing. I beg. Let's not bother about the phone call. Something is not right about it. Let's just move on with the show that we have. Something else might happen eventually, but not now. Okay, so let's come back to the messages. Gwendolyn Marcos. Okay, so first off, that name is beautiful. That name Gwendolyn is beautiful. It's kind of Frenchy. It's kind of like, you know, names that you see in the movies, names that you crush on. You just, oh, what's your name? Gwendolyn. Oh, first time I saw you, I love you, Gwendolyn. That's the kind of name that this person has. She's in Port Harcourt. She's a sports analyst. She's beautiful. She can laugh for state. But she almost killed herself yesterday by taking injection without eating. Gwendolyn, you deserve to be flogged. And please, everybody out there, don't go take injection without eating, because the injection goes straight to your heart and it can stop your heart and you can die. Okay, don't come and die and leave this world for us. All of us are here to solve the problem. You cannot just die and leave it for us. So you've got to be here. So good morning, boss. Good morning to you. He said the weather is good here in Port Harcourt, where they get rain. Where? Yeah, weather good. What kind of weather do you have in Port Harcourt? Is it weather for one, weather for hustle, or weather for two? Okay, let me know. Because where I am, the weather is weather for two. But after this show, now I'm going to school to go and teach my children. Okay. Okay. This Lavama say Haaland is running his own top goal scorer chart in the EPA. Kane and the others should just focus on their own. Okay, so they should create a wooden boot for Kane and Co. That's the competition they are in. Haaland should have his own golden boot already delivered to his house. There is no need to do any ceremony again, because what he has done this season, what Haaland cannot do, does not exist in football space. So let's just leave Haaland to do Haaland show, and then why the other people just try to do their own show. Yeah, I understand. I agree with you on that one. Let me just say greetings, boss. You guys should stop greetings and let's have good conversation. Olumide Ale says, clattering of thunder. I meant, okay, no wahala, it's okay. Typo error. No problem. We it's okay like that. Let me say now. INEC Kosam. INEC did what? What did INEC do? As Patrick says, good morning, everyone. I once prayed Haaland should go to Barcelona. Well, I just love that guy. You dey pray for football matter. Use that prayer point and take solve your own personal problem. There are things I don't pray for football. Pray. Nah, it's about money. People will get money, go buy them. And this Alavoma is say Don Carlo, I love the guy, but Zidane 3 consecutive UEFA Champions League trophy is epic, super epic. Not epic is an understatement, super epic. And you know the funny thing, he didn't even act like he's the one winning the title. He just felt like, oh, I just sit down and then I sit down under a Ebelebo tree and Ebelebo just a fall for me. Those of you who doesn't know what Ebelebo is almond fruit. Okay, if you don't know what almond fruit is, I cannot help you again. But it's Ebelebo. Ebelebo is what I know. So when I grew up, I went abroad. I went to a shop. I saw Ebelebo seed, and I was saying, "This Ebelebo, how much you sell? Because they don't write up for this." I said, "What is Ebelebo?" I say, "Ebelebo." They say, "Oh, almond. You mean almond?" I say, "Almond in the color." I don't know. I just like when they tell you that. What's that thing? Biscuit boy is brisket. I say, for you, it's brisket. For me, it's always gonna be biscuit boy. Don't come and confuse my childhood. Don't come and make my childhood look like I was suffering. I wasn't suffering. It was okay. Now, you know, one of the things in my childhood that I now realize in adulthood that we were enjoying them, but they thought we were poor. I don't know if you guys know what to be Ikpeku, and it depends on who is listening and how your ear days I got, and you got to say Ikpeku and talk. Ikpeku is seafood, right? Now, if you grow up in Warri and you're a Niger Delta person, you should know what Ikpeku. Ikpeku is like a regular, like, you know, it's common. When we were growing up, we see and finish. Right? But I remember I went to Italy. I was in Turin. I went to eat spaghetti. And I said, I want seafood spaghetti. And Ekpeku was inside this thing with the shell and everything. And me growing up, I know say Ekpeku they get warm. One single worm they did every Ekpeku. So as I sat there, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna eat this thing because they're not tear open. I know say one worm they inside the seed. There's nothing anybody can tell me. I don't know if you have that experience. I look at my guests, the person that took me to the restaurant, and they look at the shop, they open it, and they look at, I say, me carry on, that's nothing you do yet. So I had to use my knife to tear it open. But unfortunately, I don't see the worm inside. So I'm wondering, the worm that was in the Ikpeku, and in case you don't know what Ikpeku, it's called clamp, right? Clamp. You know clamp? Mm-hmm. So I didn't see it again in that one. But the one when I was growing up, you cut it, like you see one worm, one long white worm like that, you take it out before you go and fry it. Because they sweet away, especially if you use oil fryer, not be ground oil. Use oil, red oil. Jesus Christ. Hey. The outer part will come there like egg. The inside will come be like mama is strong. Ooh, the one part will be like egg, you will be like powder for the meat. Oh, Jesus Christ. You chop. Let's that talk for another day. You know, how did we get here? How did we get here when we went from sports to food? Okay, get off that. It said anyone that does not understand what almond fruit is and is not satisfied with the explanation should go to court. Let's see in court. Walai. If you don't know what to be available, please meet me in court. You get lawyer, I get lawyer. That's where I stand. I stand to be in the truth lane. Okay, let me say Louis Van Gaal, yes. Eze Patrick say when running too. Okay. Eze Patrick, he say Haaland is just something else. Something else is an understatement too. That boy is an enigma. They need to create new adjective to describe it. And then he go play the match, he'll look like one small upcoming boy where he won't collect star players' boots. Then they be like superstar. You know this aura where people like the Cristiano Ronaldo get, even short man devil and no Messi when they talk, you just see aura. You're like, Haaland not be like that. Haaland be like others. If you grow up going to stadium, you know there are people who pay and they are going through the town, so they are going through that revolving game. You can't pay somebody, bros. Oh me enter. That's how Haaland look like. Just it be like tall, small, overgrown baby. I say here. If I score goals like this if I ever play Champions League, score 5 goals. The interview go get swag. I go do pass Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody get their own way. Gospel Abukomena said, Eze Patrick, you say welcome back. I did come for you. You run since Saturday. Now you the show face. They go be there this evening again. It's normal. They'll be them again this evening. And this level my says Serie A teams finally has 2 teams in the last 8 of the UEFA Champions League. Eze Patrick say, Gospel. Now they come on the show now. I did throughout the week. I I day night shift, so I no run from anybody. Yeah, it doesn't make maths. After tonight, now tomorrow you no go sign for the show. Anyone will say Italian teams waking up again in Europe. No, that is slumber. As about to say King Jong-un, yeah, I remember that. Henry Maru said looks like they've awakened. As Patrick said, bros, Onana was on point yesterday. The guy was superly on point. Gwendolyn Marcus, who is having a crush on Albino Kevin De Bruyne. I said Kevin was amazing. I keep saying this, okay? Pressure, finally, pressure show up here. Oh, this year it's gonna be a great year. Hey, Professor, don't come. Oh, Professor, you have come. Hey, even Paul Obi, you are here. My village people have gathered here. It's going to be a great year. Finally, Pharaoh, I've decided to let my people go. Precious, I must always say, Gavido is Gary Cahill with a very good agent. You're a fool. Wallahi. I knew something. I just saw his name. I knew something horrible is coming. Let me just be patient. Jesus Christ. So you mean that Precious Amasuwe. So you mean that Gavido is Ikorodu Franco Baresi? Lord have mercy. God's way, come on, say, really, you do here on Monday when bros they find you. Be okay. Let me Alice. Kevin De Bruyne deserved to be the man of the match. Akami Lazo say the amount of football knowledge this man has. Really names of like an encyclopedia. Bros, now the job what they do, now the job we'll go Sabi do the job. This job when I say if we not get 1 million, we're not going to interview people. Yeah, you need to know. Right now, I'm even going back to go and do research more again and again and again and again and again. I want to be able to say when somebody calling or somebody send me a message, I don't need to type and search. I just answer from my head. You know that's why they hot for Brilla. Where one guy calling say no, that you must be a machine. Why is it that we just talk something, you just know everything about it? At that period, the competition was very high. You're dealing with Nigerian food that was coming up, that was trying. Now, the years in Nigerian food, they put Brilla on that. This life is not good. Some things are not your balance. And then you have all these other radio stations, all these upcoming there. You have Ajagun, in top radio. You have this one. Like, I wake up in the morning, I was like, wait, all these people, they be my competition, be. I'll give them Shiwetela Agu style or Patience Ozokwa styles. Like, I'll send these people on errand. I will put them in a position where they can't catch. But things have changed. Things fall apart and the centers cannot hold. But that's a topic for another day. Let's just leave it like that. Let's Let's move on. Probably say good morning, Mr. Idafe. Kevin's supposed to be the man of the match, but because football is all about goals, that is why it was given to Erling Haaland. I agree with you. Let me tell you, he said Ricardo Gardner, that one stubborn player. And then there was this player with big head in that Bolton team. He must use the head score against Asma Shah. He must give Yaskolina a problem. Simeon Abo just give us a hand clap. Thank you very much for that. Eze Patrick said, personally, I feel Madrid will beat us 4 or 5-0 again. But knowing Liverpool this season, anything can happen. Not at the Bala Blue. Sorry, Benabu. Not there. Not there. Hey, Atashana, stop it. Don't be trying nonsense. Don't come here and be saying that anything can happen. Are you refugees? Say what? Anything can happen. Somebody's asking me who I will give. But that's Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Who gonna win, boss? You already know who gonna win. How these people will be say they're lazy, they don't do anything. They'll go meet Babalawo, say, I want to make you look my destiny, whether I go there rich. You will be poor. You're not gonna reach. Sorry. Even the gods don't already see you finish. Go and walk. You don't need the gods to tell you whether you can reach. It's your work that will make you reach. The other way, I just say Liverpool can do something like winning or losing. Qualifying is another thing entirely. They're not going to win. Ogujimi Mobolaji is saying in the Dafe. If Madrid comes for Arteta, I don't think it would turn them down, but it will be more under pressure than Arsenal because winning trophies is the way of life for Madrid. Yes, under pressure, we were under pressure. Under pressure, they good. The pressure they make, the pressure they bust pipe. So he needs to go. But I think it should give himself some like 3 more years or 5 more years at Arsenal and then establish, a baseline for himself. Because I mean, it goes at the end of the season, he wins the Premier League, which I'm hypothetically thinking they would do right now. I'm beginning to say that in the remaining 11 games, I think that conveniently Arsenal can win 9 of the remaining 11 games. And I don't think that Man City will go the remaining 11 games without dropping points. So even if Man City just draw one game, it now makes it even. I'm not even bothered. Remember when Leicester won the title in 2016 and Arsenal beat them home and away, but they still did enough to win the title, right? So I think that looking at Arsenal, the trajectory, the teams that they've got 6 home games and 5 away games. Of those away games, 2 Liverpool. I think they can go to Liverpool. I'm not sure Arsenal have what it takes to go to Liverpool and win. But then again, knowing Liverpool for who they are, they just might win somebody 7-0 the game before Arsenal. And then Arsenal goes there and beats them. But then coming back from international break, I think that maybe Man City might drop a point or so, drop 2 points or the whole 3 points. And then Arsenal goes on to win. And then from there on, it's going to be a match. It's going to be a procession. I like the fact that the Premier League have used VAR referees to halt a procession and make sure, like the Brentford game that they caught Arsenal points. That one was criminal, but hey, they did it. They also did the same to Man City in some games. Make sure that Arsenal are in vantage position, and then City comes with their best. But we are beginning to see that City is more focused on the Champions League than anything. Come on, how do you play like this against RB Leipzig and play the way you play against Crystal Palace? I can't figure that out, right? But hey, it is football. Anything is possible. They say there are not 2 games of football that are the same, but class is permanent, form is temporary. We also see that a lot. So let's look at what goes on and see. Olumide Ali says, Arteta ain't going anywhere. Now, he be agent for now. If he should, it will be difficult to get someone else to consolidate on the project he is gradually studying at Arsenal. I think that Ed Dusha should start looking for a new coach. And now, with the way Vieira is doing at Crystal Palace, I'm not sure if Vieira is the guy again. I used to say that Vieira is the next coach of Arsenal. Right now, I hate his loyalty to Louis Zaha. Wilfred Zaha, sorry. I hate his loyalty to him. And so some of the players there, that Ghana boy will get bigger. What's his name? Jordan Ayew, and then that other one, Metete, that have his own name. All those guys. You should be brutal a bit. Kick them out of the team, put them on the bench, bring in young players for your reserve team if you know if you sign players in transfer market, and then make them understand that they're not special. But I don't like that kind of. I like brutal coaches. I like coaches who can cut players anyhow, not unnecessarily loyal. It's a Wenger team that destroyed Arsenal for 12 years. So I don't like it. And that's making me worry for Patrick Vieira. I used to say that, that's the next Arsenal coach. But right now I can't. And then I look at all the coaches that are available. I don't know who's going to take over. Because if Madrid really does come, no matter what we say here, no matter what people say, this guy is got it going on. He go Madrid. Madrid go even engineer your own failure for Arsenal. They will take it. There's nobody that can stop them. It's like God wanted to take your life. Nobody. Government cannot promulgate a decree that will stop God from taking your life. Or if God wants to bless you, the economic meltdown will make you succeed. That's just the way. It's just the way it is. Nobody can change that. So it's something we should always realize. And once we realize that, it works well for everybody. Having said that, let's keep it going and see. This is the allowance early brutality Haaland. Tosi Adebambo, hey, how are you? Say good morning, Legota. Good morning to you. Haaland deserved the man of the match after 5 goals. I agree with you, but I thought I would have given it to Kevin De Bruyne. I thought he gave a performance that is better than every performance that he's put up this season, in my opinion. That's not rubbishing Erling Haaland, but I just think that I saw a Kevin De Bruyne that was in the Stefan Effenberg mode, that was in the Manuel Costa, Robert Prosinecki, Clarence Seedorf in his Madrid or Ajax or AC Milan early days. I saw a Kevin De Bruyne that had a bit of Pavel Nedved and Alexander Dopero's kind of movement, wizardry, pinpoint accuracy of pass, precision, perfect. It was surgically brutal in what he was doing. It was just the best of his game, and maybe they have the twist and turn of Zinedine Zidane, the arrowing mind, the tunnel vision of a Kobe Bryant in the game, but he still did enough in other game. He will be man of the match. But hey, when somebody scores 5, it's hard to question any other person winning man of the match. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see that he can put up that performance on a regular basis, and then we'll see what happens thereafter. I think I say Madrid no be PSG. Okay, they know. Liverpool, Liverpool. Liverpool people, they will kill you people in this YouTube channel. Okay, he said Madrid not be PSG. They are not the post 2016 backup for UCL. Liverpool should just go and fulfill the fixture. Forget the dream and walk alone in Bala Blue. If I evil, see. So some people are just mean. I don't care what you say. They are evil. They are mean. They are bad. They are bad for humanity. Their banter is evil. Even me while they read them, so I they feel bad. I they try grow conscience, but my conscience say they grow well. Okay. Damola Ibrahim Abiodun say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Ibrahim from Ikorodu is always here for the person asking of me. I know they missed the shot, so thank you very much for being here. Gwendolyn Marcus say, boss, be cool, no flog me. Oh. Okay, the weather is kind of cold. Weather for 3. Disgusting. Ha, sinner. Oh, one day, oh, sinner man go die and see himself for fire. You know, go be come back to repent again. Whether for 3, you like a 3 song? We don't do that. Yeah, please get out of here. Demola Ibrahim Abiodun say, I hope Manchester City can go a long way in the Champions League, just for them to lose a title, a little bit focus on the league because of my darling Arsenal. I hope that Man City and Napoli plays in the finals of the Champions League. Anybody that wins it, I'm fine. But because of sentiment, I want Napoli to win it. But hey, anybody that wins it, I'm good. But as long as Man City doesn't win the Premier League, once Man City stop Arsenal from winning the Premier League, oh God, I hate them immediately. The wrath of man will come upon them, and the wrath of God will also come upon them. But for now, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm just good. Ibrahim Abiadu said, I was the one calling, boss. I didn't hear you, but you know they hear me. I don't know. I really don't know what happened, but we'll find a way to it. I always know that every problem has a solution, and sometimes the solution to a problem is within the problem. Right, Timothy Daimbo, he said, now that Kweku's first come my mind, because you are a rotten fine boy, rotten born again that is rotten. We talk of food, your mind, virgin boy, you, I think of woman. You see, your life. German of Valentine, he said, we shall be Kweku. Kweku is clamp. It's clamp. Clamp. You don't know clamp? I don't know. It's food. It's good food. You know, it's seafood. Seafood. But it used to be poor man's food when I was growing up. But then I grew up. Now, if I want to eat Kweku, I had to go to like Italian restaurant. I go highbrow restaurant. This was something that we used to go to Waterside, Morogo Waterside, by the side of boat. We scrape like bucket full. Carry come house. We'll clean all the poto, all the mud away from it, and then we cook and eat. But now, my children self can't even just wake up and say they want to eat it like that. We have to go to special. It has to be special occasion. And I'm like, this thing we used to shop it anyhow. And that time they used to think that we're poor people. You know, they used to have a song for it, like where you cannot buy cow. You cannot buy cow meat. You go and eat it. It's different. But I know all the people that have sports mind, yeah, thinking of sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk. Timothy Daimbo say, make that Yeye Liverpool no even bother enter Pisha. Then go walk alone this night, Jesus. And that's a Man United fan talking. That's, you know, when you start talk like, you know, it's a Man United fan. Ibrahim Abiodun say Liverpool should just forget about tonight match and put that energy in the league for them to make top 4. Yeah, me dynamite, my beautiful little sister and brilliant one at that says all the way from England. They said, big uncle, but that City second goal get as a bill now your business. Everybody get go with the get as a bill. Sometimes it work for you, sometimes it work against you. Okay, ITG says, morning boss, I'm just enjoying your analysis. More grace, boss. Thank you very much. Yemi Dynamite say, hi, kudos to Pep and City. Maybe they can win UCL this season if Madrid don't get knocked out tonight by merchants of 7-Up. Okay. I see. I will say it. Lord Mayor, he said, now if I you say there I did see there now. He's doing his thing. It's fine. I'm making progress. Yeah, he's doing his thing too. Every masquerade have their time to dance. I've done my beat, and the joy is I always look back and I say, well, I gave my all there. I did everything well there. So it's not as if I'm not Aubameyang. Whereas when I was there, I didn't take them to the Champions League. So when you were there, you didn't win the league for us. When you were there, I won. I did everything. Sponsorship, big numbers, prime time, top of the line. So nobody's going to come accuse me and say, hey, now you're giving your best. But when you were somewhere, you didn't. No, everywhere I've gone, I've given my best. I'm Ronaldo da Lima. Everywhere I go, I win. Every day I go, I win. Yeah. So let me say that Davis with him bad big head. Yes, Davis. That's the guy. Yeah. Chooks Adigwe is say Haaland or Mbappe, who is the better player and who has the better chances of winning Ballon d'Or? For as long as Haaland plays in the Premier League, I don't think he will win the Ballon d'Or. But if Mbappe also plays, remain in Paris Saint-Germain, he's not going to win the Ballon d'Or. So this is going to happen. We're going to have this conversation after the summer. When you have right now the Ballon d'Or kind of like very, very open. Messi might still win it because of the World Cup performance, but if you look at performance, there is really nobody standing out in Spain. But Gavi and Pedri are coming up. But with this 1-0, 1-0, boring winning, it might not work. But give them 1 or 2 seasons. If Mbappe in the summer goes to Real Madrid, give him 2 seasons, he would win the Ballon d'Or. And the whole Madrid setup is just setting up for Mbappe. Why I say so is Karim Benzema is out, and Mbappe comes in, and then he complete that trio of Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior is also a player that everybody is underrating, but might just go on to win the Ballon d'Or eventually. Yeah, they have a bad World Cup, not too good by the high expectation we all have for what's it called, Brazil, and the fact that Real Madrid are not going to win anything this season makes it easy. But Mbappe is already out of that one. He got to the finals of the World Cup, but then the fact that Paris Saint-Germain are struggling to get to the finish line of the French Ligue 1 also doesn't help. And the way and manner they got knocked out of the Champions League means it's not going to count for him. So if, for instance, Haaland goes on to win the UEFA Champions League in May and is the top goal scorer, it's going to be impossible to argue against him winning it. Because, yeah, I know that what counts against him is the fact that he plays in the English league. But with the kind of record that he's setting and breaking and smashing, and what he's doing, destroying every high man that is vaginating, every record that has been set and kept down for years, it's going to be hard. Because, I mean, he's the lubricator himself. So it's going to be hard to stand in his way and stop him. But after this season, if he stays at Man City and Mbappe goes to Madrid and Mbappe doesn't go there and become a hazard, I'm sure he's going to win it back to back because the way it is, there is also the politics of Florentino Perez. He will bribe people to vote. He will force people and twist people to vote. Why the English people will be there making noise in the press, but they don't know the politics of how to make a winner out of a player. It's gonna be pretty much a little bit difficult. But for now, I think on the race on the first phase of this season, it's gonna be more of Haaland to win it than Kylian Mbappe anyway. Well, we got 2 more minutes on the show, so let me run down the remaining messenger we have. Asage Power says Kevin Davis. Yes, that's the guy with the big head like table tennis board. Okay, let me say Mbappe to me will win Ballon d'Or more than Haaland. Well, that's your opinion. Additional for myself, Arteta should stay with us now for another 3 to 4 more years, establish his brand, and then his bargaining power would have increased. He should not run. Precious Thomas always say Henrik Pedersen, yes, that's another fantastic player. Is the bottom player with the big head. No, it's Davis who scored 2 goals against Arsenal in 7 EPL games. This guy don't come. He too no record. Eric, Eze Patrick say, Precious, there was a Kevin Davis with big head too. It's Kevin Davis that I was trying to remember, but I remember Eric Pedersen as well. Asage Ikwan says that Madrid does not trust the process, so Arteta will need to hit the ground running. He should wait another 2 to 3 years, except he want to test himself. And this I say, if Madrid come, he go wrong, go. Even me, go fly, go help and pack him load, go Madrid. This is how some people want us to win now. They won't directly say they want to jack out of Nigeria. They don't want to. They are tired of trying to help us fix Nigeria. They are using an excuse to say they won't go help their neighbor pack load. Well done. No. Who call you? Let me say Crystal Palace are not scoring goals. Their attack is a blunt attack. Chiksadingo say with Gabriel Jesus back in the Arsenal squad, should Arteta stick with Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka, or should Jesus come in and replace either Martinelli or Trossard? It is Eli Lamad Sabatani. Okay, so Gabriel Jesus would have to earn his place. I don't think he's. I saw him coming in that Fulham game in the second half, and I think right now Trossard has got a better sharpness to his game than Gabriel Jesus. I also think that Martinelli has found his mojo, is on top of his game. It'll be suicidal to not break him and just bring in. That's what destroys the team, because people now start feeling like, oh, it's not about form anymore, it's not about performance, it's about you being a big name. I think that easing Gabriel Jesus into the team gradually would do Arsenal a lot more good than just saying, oh, Baba, you don't come. Oh. First off, let's not forget that in Trossard we have a very volatile player. Trossard is not an Arsenal type of player. By Arsenal type of player, it's not a yes man. He's a player that goes from loyal and good to being a cannon, a loose cannon if he's not playing. We saw it from where it's coming from. Can be a darling of the team, scoring a hat-trick against Liverpool earlier in the season to create a mess and not even training with the first team. So that's something we should all look at and tell ourselves that it will be suicidal. I don't think that Gabriel Jesus is sharp enough right now. For the small time that I saw him play, the 15 or so minutes I saw him play, it's not sharp enough. It's not ready to play from the start, so that you don't go and get injured and then you are hurriedly making substitution. But what is good for Arteta is the fact that he's reading through the storm, got to January, got the players that they need. Of the three players that he brought in, Trossard has become like a super perfect fit. And whenever he's called upon, Jorginho has also done well. Kiva is a player that was signed and he knew he was a backup for Gabriel Magalhaes and probably a backup for the number 3 position for Zinchenko and Tierney. So that is not much of a problem. I think Gabriel would do well for himself and for the team to ease gradually in instead of starting. I would still start Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka. I just like the beautiful interchange of position and movement of Trossard and his quick thinking, his quick feet, and his ability to cross the ball, whether from the byline or from the third half of the field. I just love what he does. I would rather start him than Gabriel. I'm not saying that Gabriel is not a good player, but the team now has advanced a little bit over what Gabriel brings at this stage. If he fine-tune his sharpness, then we'll be talking about him starting, but I don't think it's now. But I think some things will just happen. Some players will get injured, some players will tire out, and then it will fit in straight. Ibrahim Abiodun says, if Madrid call Arteta, will pick. I just hope Arteta continue his good job with Arsenal. As Patrick said, he gets the kind deal where Madrid go come with. Arteta no go think twice. Like I always say, everyone wants to secure the bag, not just Africans. So it's a universal thing. Yes, I agree with you. President Thomas will say, yeah, that's true. As a Patrick, the ridiculous amount of old men with big head near retirement in that Bolton team was insane. Ivan Campo also played in that team. Yeah, Divine Toke say, boss, let's think for a second that De Jong comes to Chelsea FC. How do you think his combo with Enzo fair? Okay, that's also hoping we get a better coach. So I don't think De Jong will come to Chelsea. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but if he comes in, it'll be nice. It will be nice to see the two of them play in that deep holding that position in midfield and exchange very well. What it will look like, the best thing that crosses my mind right now is the Patrick Vieira Emmanuel Petit combination. That would be very, very fine, because it will not be easy for one to go, one to stay, one to, the exchange will be good. You not say, oh, this guy is going and then there's going to be leakage. There'll be very, very perfect understanding. I think that Enzo is too talented to just be sitting in front of the defense. There's more to his game. He's got the ability. Maybe it might not be as rugged as Michaelesian and Edgar Davies, but he's got some finesse that reminds me of Fernando Redondo. I don't know if you guys, this generation, know the guy called Fernando Redondo, but it was one of those players in midfield that just make you love that midfield, that deep line midfield. The Sondo Lise, even though Sondo Lise was not a fighter like in the midfield, but there was just this thing about Fernando Redondo that just made football. There was finesse to his game. There was brush, the fine line, the path. It was the Picasso of midfielders at the time, or probably you could say I mean, let's just say the Picasso. It was just in a class all by himself, and that's what the kind of vibe that Enzo gives to me, especially playing in a Chelsea team that is not properly coached. But then Chelsea again are turning the corner. Anything can happen. If you put in the young in that team, it will be good. But I just think that the young just have this thing about him that he wants to make a name in Barcelona. But then Barcelona need money and pressure. I didn't see the boss pipe, so. Anything can happen there. Sergey Gwaman says Vieira is not unnecessarily loyal. Palace is working with a tight budget, and they are not a top 6 side that have enough talent in their academy. It should find a way to play without relying on Zaha. I think Zaha is shit as far as I'm concerned. But people say because I don't like him, so I don't ever say anything good about him. Lord Mayor says, I still wonder how Henry lost Ballon d'Or to Chevy and Nedved. Nah, Chevy was good. Hey, stop it. Chevy was good. But with Nedved, I can argue that, I mean, there was 1 or 2 Ballon d'Or that Thierry Henry should have picked, but Shevchenko, damn. That guy was a beast. It was a man. No. It was Shevchenko was unplayable. In Champions League, Thierry Henry, they did knock Thierry Henry come on quarterfinals. He was dragging AC Milan to the final. No, let's not even have that conversation. Let's not spoil things here. Osage Gwama said Palace has not been playing poorly. They have just been unlucky. Okay. There's a new word for failure now. Yami Danamai says, who is more Cristiano CR7 like? Who is more CR7 like between Mbappe and Haaland? I think it's Haaland. Haaland is more CR7. He's arrogant, he's rude, he's fast, scores goals. He likes to be involved in everything. He likes to play penalty. He likes to score free kick. And then Haaland just, it's just a boy. It's just a shy boy from Ikorodu that was raised in Norway. Just want to play football and just have fun and not get too much drama around him. Daniel Abana, Mr. Good morning to you. Who are the ideal central midfield and DM you think Arteta should look at in the summer? So there's a guy called Lobotka. In Napoli. I don't know if they can go and buy him, but I just like him. Maybe he might come to England and not be able to fit in, not be able to do the job, but I just like the way he plays. Fantastic player. There is also the issue of Declan Rice and the fact that Yuri Tillemans is going to be a free agent. Now, I know that Yuri Tillemans is not all that. I said it last summer. It's not all that. But for a free agent, I would like to have him because it will make our FA Cup team, our Carabao Cup team rich. And it would also add value during the days of injury. If we can, this boy that's not in Palace, Awilo Lokomba, in our team for half a season, we should be able to have Yuri Tillemans because nobody's going to convince me that Awilo Lokomba is better than Yuri Tillemans. So if we can get Lobotka to add up to the team, because I think that Granit Xhaka would win that next season. Lobotka can fit into that Granit Xhaka's position properly. I also don't think that Jorginho is a long-term player for the team. So Declan Rice will fit into his position very well. I also think that one and a half season from now, Thomas Partey will be a problem, will be a disaster waiting to happen. So if you bring in Yuri Tillemans, what that does for us is Yuri Tillemans could do what your İlkay Gundogan currently does. Declan Rice is not really a play breaker in the Thomas Partey mode, but if he trains with the team long enough, it'll be good. And then there'll be a whole lot of movement within the team. But I love Lobotka. I just love him. He can shoot. He can play short passes. He can play long passes. He can break play and also help to start quick attack. And all that. That's my thoughts to the question that you raised on that one. The line just say Liverpool they funkos us, okay? They funkuse us. Sorry, win today, die tomorrow. Anyway, there is cash now, so they might not use 2K to collect 5K. You're a wicked somebody. Yamina might say, I think it's very fair to put Osimhen in the conversation of giving Mbappe and Haaland a run for the world best and Ballon d'Or in the next few years. So, Osimhen needs to put in consistency. The only way you put Osimhen in the Ballon d'Or conversation if he leads Napoli to go win the Champions League. If they win only the league title, best player in Italy this season, because Sfaratella is also competing for that award, highest goal scorer. But Osimhen is the kind of player that needs to do way more. You remember when when this guy won the European Golden Boot but was not even nominated for the Ballon d'Or, Diego Forlan. That's the kind of thing that Osimhen would be eventually, So he needs to do more. Win the Champions League, do a whole lot, come to Africa, win the African Nations Cup, put the matter beyond all reasonable doubt. He needs to prove himself. But players like Haaland and Mbappe, they don't need to prove themselves. He's 22 already, has scored 33 goals in the UEFA Champions League. Hey, what else does he need to prove himself for? Mbappe have won the World Cup, won gold and silver at the World Cup. So all of those things, there is people that are voting. And when you're voting, sentiment will always come in. So all those sentiment will come and it puts Osimhen way behind in the conversation. So he needs to make those kind of statements before people start talking about him in that regard. Daniel Abba said, Alan Win said, Noel Torini said, nice to catch you live after a while. Thank you very much, Daniel Abba. Say, Ballon d'Or. Jamanov Valentine say, when will Jose Pizarro release squad list, and why is it difficult for Nigerian coaches to search for good midfielders in our league instead of inviting EPL bench warmers? Well, we still don't have those kind of players in midfield. The thing is, I have seen other journalists like me come before my presence and they fidget. That's the same thing that happened with Nigerian league players. They go to that national team and see these players come from Europe, their skin, their clothes, the boots, the sneakers that they wear, and they crumble. I see a big close range with these players, and I see their psychology, and that alone is the difference. So coaches will like, no, I can't take this gamble. It's going to be very difficult. Times have changed. This is not the Vesterhoff era. The media is there that makes these players larger than life. When they come to camp, they are big. In the 80s and the 90s, nobody know you, whether you're certification for your pocket. We're coming to fight for Jesse, but this time is different. This player is coming from Nigerian league. If they give him one room, and there go stay. You see the player that is from Europe, he pays for extra 5 rooms. His team, he have his team with him that does things for him, run errands for him. You think you want to compete with that kind of guy? It's going to be difficult, but these are the things that a lot of people don't know, and they just go to Nigerian league and pick player. Nigerian league player, and they go play for the under-20 World Cup, Nations Cup. And that's that kind of ball you want to play in Super Eagles. You go sign the coach overnight. So it's not as easy as we think. Aside Kwame says, Trossard can't pull the stunt he did at Brighton. There comes a time when a player can become bigger than the club. Okay, it would have to be the star boy of the team, which is not at the moment. Well, a certain small boy, Guendouzi, pulled that kind of stunt with Arsenal. So you see here, players attitude and attitude. If you get shitty attitude with Brighton, you go. If you get shitty attitude with Arsenal. Shitty attitude. He's a good player, but I don't think that he would just be happy to be informed and sit on the bench. Some players, see this guy at Spurs now. If they call out the coach, what's his name? The Brazilian boy, what's that his name again? That came from Everton. Oh, God. So attitude is attitude. You need to change. God, what's his name now? Why am I forgetting? Oh, Lord have mercy. Forgive me, God. Richarlison. Yeah, thank you very much, Ami. Richarlison. Daniel Abana say, yes, I remember him so well. That was in the 94 World Cup, I believe. Fernando Redondo. Yeah, that's him. Shonikwa Okwayami say, good morning, everyone. Great to be part of the show today. Let me say, boss, what can you tell us about Gasca Mendieta of Spain, about his play and career? Currently, he's a football analyst with the La Liga. I love his play. It was good, especially in Valencia. It was fantastic. Even in the national team, was good. I think that Luka Modric became a hybrid of Gasca Mendieta and added a few other things to his game. But Gasca Mendieta was good. It was good. Probably some career choices were bad, but it was a good player. You can't argue against his talent, but I think maybe the clubs that he moved to changed the paradigm for him, and that probably bent his career in the way he goes, the direction he went. But hey, in his football, this things happen. Daniel Abana say Ronaldo was a deep playmaker. It was fantastic, man. That guy was good. Ronaldo, Liverpool, Eze Patrick say Liverpool does offer for this show. Chai, German Valentine, he say I won't be surprised if our lazy coach invite a table. But Tebo has been doing well at his club. Shehu, Kenneth, Meru's been doing well at his club as well. I don't know about Shehu, Ndidi, Aribo, Ekong, and Musa. Since he moved to Italy, Ekong has also been doing. I don't know about Musa. Musa is the captain of the team, so he might just get invited. He might not play, But then Musa have not really had a bad game with the Eagles. Let's be honest here. It's not had a bad game with the Eagles. So let's not just put these players, hang them out to dry. There are some of these new players that you're also asking for. They come to the team and they fidget. They don't do it. I remember everybody was saying, hey, if you don't call him on it, then is the word go ahead. Well, they called him. The word no end. You don't even deliver anything. Okay. So sometimes you also have to deal with that in your own little way. Yeah, me that might say, Uncle E, but why CBN governor the punish Nigerians like this? This is nonsensical policy. No, they feel they will change UK currency to introduce the king's face. No one is doing it by draconic laws. See, it's just let them just play. Like I say to my wife all the time, all this policy need affect me. So I don't want to comment on it. Some people also are very, very dramatic. I'm not making excuses, but some people are just dramatic. This is not the first time Nigeria is changing currency. This one just happened. So if you set yourself right, there's nothing about the change. I mean, Nigeria, I live in Nigeria, I do my business, everything in Nigeria. It's not affecting me. So it's hard for me to say, if it's not, and I'm not a powerful person, I'm not an influential person. If it's not affecting me, why is it affecting everybody? I don't know. Something's just had to do with planning. You have to adjust. We're not UK. We're not going to be UK. We're not US. We're not going to be US. I mean, 2 banks just folded up in the US. Nobody's doing drama about it. Nobody's making noise about it. It's just like in Nigeria, we like to make noise. We like to put up too much drama. Okay, something's just happened. Let it slide. And sometimes the people where they even make noise about this money, they don't even get bank account. If you check all their bank account, 200 bank account where they get for all those free online bank account where you just download, use your phone number as your account number. All of them squeezed together and 14 naira the money, they have total balance of the 200 bank account where they get. But now the main noise pass. So let's chill. Look, is there any nightclub where don't close down? This is what you make as indices to judge. How many nightclubs don't close down? People still go to nightclub. Car parks are still full up. Churches still full. Okay? If money not there, wait till that all these people they go. Filling stations queue still there. Markets still they open. People still roads. There's still traffic on the road. So let's be honest. On one side of the conversation, I'm not supporting the policy. I mean, if you know me, as I'm talking to you here, so over 330,000 naira is hanging for the past 4 weeks. For different transactions that have not been reversed to me. I'm angry about that, but generally, monetary policy or no monetary policy, that would still have happened, right? So we just sit back and say to ourselves, I'm not good with complaining. I'm allergic to complaining. I always say, okay, so how do you get by these things without putting too much complaint? We're 15 minutes over the top of the show. I can't go beyond this. I have a class to go teach. Thank you very much, everybody, for being on the show with me today. Let's do it again tomorrow. And thank you for everyone who subscribed, who's been downloading our mobile application. Now it's available on Android and iOS. No more excuses. Enjoy the music as we keep playing them. But very soon, the content on the radio will change, apart from my live show. And the idea of a night live show is also coming. Probably next quarter, we would start that one, and it will be fine. I was planning to start at the end of the season, so we start transfer conversation with it. But it will be a great 1 hour in the night as much as we have 1 hour in the morning. Do have yourself a wonderful day and be the very best of who God created you to be. My name once again is Daphne Mathias. You love to come in the Lebanon response. I've had fun today. I don't know about you. If you did not have fun, I'm sorry about that, but I've really had fun today. And some people have not discovered that the word peku is not sex, it's a meat, it's food, seafood. And it's a very good one. Ask any Urobo person, and they will tell you. You know the funny thing, Urobo word for kweku is, the meat and the organ is the same word. Though. So it depends on how you go and tell the person. You might get into trouble. Just be careful. So just I say, which food be kweku, which meat, so that people understand. Now you go and take slap like somebody made me take slap in Port Harcourt many years ago. Chumobi, God will judge you.